Hello, my name is Jacob. I'm a member of the Community of Christ from 2017, and in the past I've been a Mormon. I've been a member of the LDS Church, of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints that's based in Utah and Salt Lake City. And I decided to do this series of videos for you in English, and I'll try to do it in German too, to explain to you better what the Community of Christ is about and what's the relationship of the teachings of the theology to the LDS Church that you know. So this series is mainly done for LDS seekers, for people who have been disappointed kind of with the LDS Mormon Church and who are searching for a different alternative. So my goal is to explain to you what you can expect from the Community of Christ and what you cannot expect. So in this first part, I want to explain the main thing. So even I, and it's a fact that you mostly see on LDS seekers, when I was leaving the LDS Church, it was like 3 years ago or something, I thought the Community of Christ is something as a liberal LDS Church. It's something similar, liberal Mormonism, you know, ordaining women and accepting LGBT. But in fact, I was pretty wrong, because the main connection between the LDS Mormon Church or Mormon teaching, Mormon religion kind of, and the Community of Christ is not Mormonism. So, as you see, the Book of Mormon is still part of the Community of Christ scripture. It's sometimes used, of course, but we use more the Bible. The reason is we want to be part of the ecumenical group of all the Christendom. So, as you know, it's much easier to talk with Catholics, Protestants, Orthodox Christians when you're using Bible verses than if you use Book of Mormon verses, because then it starts like getting all about the Mormonism, and you know, that's not an easy way how to share Christian love or Christian wisdom or to get somewhere. So we use the Book of Mormon, but it doesn't have the same status as in the LDS Church. So in the LDS Church, you were used to hear the Book of Mormon is the most correct book on the earth. That's not totally the opinion of Community of Christ. The Community of Christ lets everyone think what he wants about the Book of Mormon. So you can meet people who think that it's just a mythical book, just a story. Some people believe that it's a true historical book. It depends. And the Community of Christ is not saying you have to believe this or you cannot believe this. But the main thing is, the Community of Christ doesn't consider itself as a Mormon church or part of Mormonism, kind of. So what's the similarity? How can it be not Mormonism when it's a church that was based by Joseph Smith and reorganized by the son of Joseph Smith and by Emma Smith and so on? So how can it be? And the main thing is, when Joseph Smith started his movement and all the people went there, it wasn't called Mormonism. It was called restoration. So what does it mean, restoration? You have heard a lot of speeches in the conferences, general conferences, or in the Liahona, you know all that when you're a LDS seeker. So you hear all the time that restoration is something, as Dieter F. Uchtdorf, the apostle, said, it's not something in the past, it's something that's going on still. So you even know that the LDS Church believes in an open canon. Well, there is nothing being added for more than 100 years. That's very different with the Community of Christ. It still believes restoration is really happening. So what's the restoration about? Is it about restoring ancient truths? The LDS Church is always teaching the restoration is a process where you find out the truths that are the same in all times. So if you restore something and it's in the Mormon church, like the temple endowment or the garments or any part of teaching basically, it has been the same with Adam, with Noah, with Enoch, with Abraham, with Moses, with every prophet in every dispensation, with Jesus, you know. And that's kind of saying like we're always returning to the old pattern. But if you see it as Joseph Smith did it, in fact, he restored something and then he changed it a little bit and then he changed it again. So what's the pattern? What's the thing? What did Adam do? Was it the first version of Joseph Smith, the second, the third, the fifth? And the answer is quite simple. Basically, Joseph Smith never tried to really establish something that has been the same in all dispensations. Restoration is not about going to the past. It's not about repeating what people 5,000 years ago have done. That's not the way. That's not restoration. Restoration is about restoring the truths of God. The truths that have been lost, maybe through the centuries, but also that maybe have never been mentioned ever. Restoring is a process that goes on with history. So we are, of course, seeing the world that's changing. And in the LDS Church, you have been taught, don't follow what the world is teaching, what the world is changing towards. Just follow the ancient pattern. So the community of Christ much more believes that this progress, this evolution of humankind, of the world, of culture, and of spiritual understanding, that's the restoration. So we're trying to get closer to God, and we're searching which ways, which channels is God communicating with us in these times. What is He telling us? So, for example, you see the environment, how the environment in the world is going to be destructed and how we devastate it. Well, that has not been happening in that measure before. Jesus didn't have to think very much about ecology. Neither did Moses, if he existed, or Abraham, or Adam, you know. It was quite different, right? So today's challenge is, how can we live and sustain this world without polluting the environment, without abusing and causing suffering? So these are all like good questions, right? What to do in this time and age. And that's what the restoration is really about finding new answers, new solutions, and new messages that God is sending us right now. So if you are informed of this thought of the restoration, then Community of Christ is for you. If you have been in the LDS Church or the Mormon Church because of the Mormon thing, because of the Utah thing, and because you love the patriarchy, or because you love Joseph Smith and all what he has done, you know, maybe you will have a hard time getting into connection with the community, because this community is not about Joseph Smith at all. It's not about important prophets or presidents of the church in the past. It's about the moment right now, and that's the thing. So if you have any answers, questions, even answers, just send me a comment on YouTube or send me a message. I will put my profile, Facebook profile, in the description link, so you can send me any comments you have, any questions. I will continue with these videos. I hope I have not scared you, and let's hope we will meet again.